This is my first night. We can kind of fed up a good bit, and I think this is what I was told was the training area here. I ran across the man who invited me to come train with them at night. So yeah, it's like 10:30 at night right now, and so this is the football field or soccer field for those who don't know. And so he said we walked past me on the way over here. Said he'll be coming back over. So I don't know what all you can see. By the way, here that's me. Um, I just walked across the field just to kind of get a feel of how wide this field is. I think they said it's like 100 meters, I believe, or a regulation field is about 100 meters. Oh, snap! Look at the goal coming up in the view. Yeah, I can't hardly see. Okay, so I don't know what we're supposed to be doing, so I'm gonna just test it out. So here we go. We're gonna go from this goal. I'm gonna go directly that way and see if I run into another goal. To be honest with you, I walk across that way a lot, and I don't ever see a goal. But I didn't see that goal until I walked right up on it, and that was at night. In the daytime, I'd never seen that goal. So I don't know. He said to me, "Hey, you wanna train? Come out with us at 10 o'clock at night every night." And I finally have gotten myself to the point where I feel like I have the energy enough to at least do this. Yeah, I know. Not the smartest idea, right? For one, I mean, I wear glasses and can't see that far. So that's one thing. The other thing is, knowing that darkness is my big weakness, it really kicks off the anxiety when I'm in, you know, one of my weaknesses. I instantly want to go into a straight fight. I don't even think I got a flight syndrome. I mean, to be completely honest with you, I don't even think I have flight. I think it's just straight fight. Not trying to sound tough or nothing. Oh, there go the other go. It's just, I really don't think I know it. All right, so well, that's the length of it, or width of it, or however you want to call it. So, all right. And as you can see, we're walking around here. I'm walking around here in sand. So, uh, this is probably going to be pretty trying first workout for me. He just said all you got to do is be able to run. And, I mean, I know what physical pains I have to deal with, but believe it or not, I think the sand is going to help with that because nothing is really bothering me yet. But I don't know how rough or detailed we're going to go with this. So I'm just going to walk this a couple times, try to get a feel for it. You got people riding a motorcycle too. And because to be honest with you, I don't know which one is the longest length. So you got this width length here, and then you have the width going this way. And I have no idea what's the game plan about running it. So I'm gonna walk it a couple of times. Hopefully not bore y'all too much with this video. But I'm gonna try a little bit of some Gambian workouts. Now Gambian working out. Sounded stupid, didn't it? We see different types of workouts. Some of the guys have seen me do some of the things that I normally do, and they kind of, what can I say? They disagree. They feel that being, I guess, American, we train for just pain, whereas they train in such a way to where they can do this every night. Well, I came over here for new experiences, right? It's called Moose's Journey for a reason. So we're over here doing a fitness workout as a part of the journey. Now, I know I keep telling y'all stop showing these videos where I am you're not looking at me or something very specific. Just hearing my voice, huh? Well, we don't worry about hearing that breathing like that. I was just trying something different. This hadn't got me doing anything. I'm just kind of, like I said, in my weak element, and therefore have been trying to breathe to kind of get me to calm down. To be honest with you, other than this light in front of me here, the longer I'm out here, that night vision really starting to kick in. And now I'm able to start seeing things that I couldn't see a lot clearer, as long as I don't look directly at that screen. Keep that thing out my vision. Sometimes I wonder, how connected is night vision to a startle response or just straight out fear of something, fear of the unknown? Because yes, I know your eyes adjust, but to be honest with you, with this light right here and these lights in the background as you see on people's houses, I would think my night vision wouldn't kick in, from what I've been told. But I couldn't see most of this stuff, including like somebody's over there walking, even the lights on the houses when I first got out here. I think this is our third or fourth walk in this direction now, and honestly, I'm getting a good radius. Even behind me, I can see fairly clearly. And something just blocked the light out behind me. And the guy who's I'm supposed to be training was a pretty tall guy. So from this distance, his height could be that. And I don't know if he's trying to walk up behind me or not. I really doubt that was it. It's probably just some wall that I don't notice is in distance, blocking the light now. So, again, some of the guys have seen me train, and they disagree with it. They just feel like I do it a little too hard. And since I've suffered multiple injuries over my life, and especially with training myself, let's backtrack. Not even training myself. Like I had this little, I guess once again, another story time with with Moose again. I'm up in basic training and in the military, and I came in there, out of a homeless shelter. So I went in the military to kind of really give my family a big step up. That's a whole nother story for a different day. Anyhow, so I come in there, of course, from a homeless shelter, which means I was nowhere near prepared. Nowhere near prepared to make that happen. So here we go. I then step into basic training. Rough. Anyhow, I knew I had to fight harder than these other guys. One, I was 30 years old when I went in at basic, so I'm already starting at the, some people say one of the old guy statuses. So anyway, I'm coming in at 30 years old, hitting it, and I knew I had to hit it hard. So come in, couldn't do a sit-up. By the end of a week or two, I'm doing 40 sit-ups. Still failing, but getting it done. So anyway, long story short, I'll try to make it a short one. I really pushed hard and eventually started passing all my my PT scores. But the run was just beating my tail. So one day the drill sergeants start to notice I looked a little different. Drill Sergeant Franks again. Patterson, why don't you go see the medics? So I go to the medics, or sick call as they call it, and they do a scan, and my ribs look like I've been fighting. And so they really were concerned that I might have been fighting another soldier or multiple soldiers at night. Nothing like that was going on. I mean, we fought each other, but that was training. But they thought unsupervised training was going on. So anyway, it's like, no, nothing like that's happening. And so one day, Drill Sergeant Frank's just looking at me. And you know, while everybody's getting smoked, I'm getting smoked with them. You know, worked out, punishment workouts, whatever you want to call it. And then after everybody stops, I keep working out while I'm waiting on my turn at the firing range or whatever we were doing. So Drill Sergeant Frank walked over there to me one day. He said, you're really not fighting anybody in here. I said, what are you doing? So I told him what was up, and he's like, I realized that you came in, you know, at the bottom end of your prime. He said, but you need to get that in mind. He said, we smoke these little young bucks like that because, you know, they're 18, 19 years old, and most of it is a breaking strategy. It has nothing to do with them actually really working out. I said, okay. He said, under the right conditions, the reason why you don't talk on the phone that much when you've got family calling you and all that is to remove stress. You only need one motivation of stress, and that's the one we apply. We give you solid meals, and we work you out. And honestly, the workout you really only need is the regular PT that we do in the morning. The rest of that other stuff, breaking strategy. He said, man, he said, you got to realize you can't be pushing your body the way you have. It's breaking down. Matter of fact, when you see us smoking some people and we smoke y'all as a group, you need to kind of fall over from time to time. You're not meant to be contending with these 18-year-old boys. So I would say that was somewhat of a lesson learned, but that's not true. Because you see what we're doing, right? I'm almost certain these guys I'm going to be out here with, none of them are probably even close to my age. I had a discussion today to find out that it's a lot of the people, I guess they're younger. The way they are younger, they're younger than me, are somewhere in the distance of 20 years younger. So having this discussion today, and everybody's like, okay, well, you know, most of you are, we didn't realize that you had that much, that age on you, as they say, what that age you have on you. So I'm, you know, turning 45 here in a few weeks. So, but I think honestly, I get in some decent shape this time. We sticking with that. For one, I have an environment in which the stress is controlled now. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are things that still come and try to haunt me. There are thoughts that try to haunt me. I've been fighting some things this week even. Looking at the past and just kind of getting stuck in memories. Some people say, well, just don't look at it, but my mind don't really, it's not a choice of mine. It's like all of a sudden, if I'm just kind of sitting still for a moment, if I'm not paying attention, I'm in a memory. So, we're working on that. So, well, I don't know how many, I don't know, this is my 4th round or 5th round, but I'm going to tell you something here. Changing the environment up, this nice, beautiful sky. I don't know if you can see these stars. I wonder where the moon's at today. I don't know. But I'm out here. It's cozy. I don't feel threatened right now. So don't get me wrong. Somebody is driving almost right at me when they're trying to figure out who is driving down the football field. So, Walaikum salam. Yes. Glass. Ah, yes. Uh-huh. You sell fish, yes, okay. Yes.
So I'm asking where they are selling ice block, but I don't,
Ice block.
I don't understand it very well.
I don't know who sells, I don't know who sells block. Yeah, I don't know who sells block, but I don't know how to tell you to get there at night, but I know there's one lady here, Lisa CC. She sells fish. So I figure she may know what an ice block is, but I don't know how to tell you how to get there in the dark. All right, sorry about that. She lives in Mukumbia, if that helps. Okay. All right now. So, yeah, he recognized the fact that he's seen me on the other side. He sells fish. He's looking for what they call ice. They call it block or glass. So, he's looking for, I don't even know anybody who sells ice around here. Didn't even know someone did. But, yeah, he drove up here in the sand to me. Oh, in these conditions here, nice, quiet area. It's cool out. To be honest with you, if I don't do much but just walk tonight, this would be better because this sand is soft on my heels and my back. So I'm not really experiencing any pain. That's a good thing. Sometimes I've walked that 5 kilometer area and all I have to say is there's some serious discomfort in the heels and the back because after a while you hit asphalt and or blacktop. And at that point, you know, that's some pain. So definitely, one is sand gives me more resistance on the muscles, but apparently not more resistance on the joints. I have to keep this in mind. And this field is not bad, so I mean, I always walk past it and realize that, you know, now somebody's out here walking. I don't know if they just simply walking across or what. I think they're just walking across. So, I don't know what time it is, guys. Let's see what time it is. It is 10:40. Let's see if we can take it to 11 o'clock. Then I'll head back because, truth be told, I have a household, not a household. Currently, I have a house full of women at the house, and women, and don't get no ideas, guys. It ain't like that. And the door and the gate's unlocked, so though they know I was leaving, but still, just had some visitors. They're over there watching the TV. So I'm here trying to get some official training started. And apparently, again, we have different concepts of when it's time. He told me 10 o'clock. I left at 10:15 knowing that it's not going to be on time. And that's when I saw him, and he said he was going to be out there at the field. Apparently something came up and he had to go home. So I don't know what that means. So now officially I could be counting this. I'm gonna call it 5 runs right now. And if this place is really 100 meters, which I have no doubt it may be. So if it's 100 meters, as you can see, that'd be what, 600 meters? So let's see. We can get a 1K in. That might be a nice place to stop at tonight, all right? Yeah, why not? Like I said, all I'm doing is taking a walk. Oh, I'll give you this one quick update, right? I've been telling y'all in some of the other videos, I feel kind of weak. Now, this is where I find things funny. Whenever I try to do stuff that I have read about or learned in the past, it just don't feel right. So tonight we had a spaghetti dinner, and I do mean heavy on the pasta. Well, I don't know if those added carbs is just what a brother needed or what the issue is, but I don't feel drained, weak. I don't even feel sleepy. Now, lately I've been feeling sleepy, but I've been measuring out 3 ounce meat portions on the scale and all that stuff, and just been feeling really weak. So if anybody have any insight, I would love to hear it. So here we are. I think that's what I'm gonna make this my personal goal, since I don't know where they're at. And hopefully I'll take this 1K. Like I said, that's all if this is actually 100 meters. And like I said, I have no reason to doubt it, because it seems like it would be. But I'm gonna, hopefully that transitions into actually, if it is actually 1K, that becomes the warm up at some point, and then whatever this workout's supposed to be. Because you leave me to my own devices, I would have been attempting to run this, and at each end stop, push-ups, sit-ups, or either do push-ups on one end and unassisted push-ups, sit-ups on the other side. Yeah, that sounds like that's what I would have did right there. Yeah. Then, like, matter of fact, let's think about this. Let's see what y'all think on this. You come in this way, you start down there, push-ups. Then you come to this post on this side, because you see there's two posts. There's one over there too. So when you get to this side, let's say that's push-ups down there, that one. This one here would be the sit-up one, unassisted. Then you walk down, you get to this other corner over here. Oh wait, that's 7, right, y'all? Yeah, 7. I think that's 7. Anyway, I think it might be. Let's call it 6. I think it's 7, but we're gonna call it 6. So then I will walk back down here, and then you go to the opposite pole this time, because remember, you started on one pole on this side for push-ups. You come this way on the same parallel, if you want to call it pole, and do unassisted sit-ups. Then you go back down there, and let's just say you do Russian. Should we say Russian twist? Would that be good? No. Go down there and do burpees, and then for, like, I don't know, 10 or 15 count, and then come back up and do on this pole here, do what's a good one? I don't know, crunches. How about that? And that'd be, yeah, that sounds like a winner. Now I need to get me a little mat. Come out here with. And then after that, you start picking up the pace. So, right now, I'm letting the dirt beat my tail. 24 minutes, guys. The funny thing is, I think I had already started recording this. I had started walking this already before I started recording. So, I just wanted to see how it looked out here with just the flashlight on. And then wasn't bad. Could you imagine doing a 100-meter suicide? There's something called an Indian run. I need to re-look it up. I wonder if it's still called that. That don't sound PC no more. Political correctness has gotten out of hand, ain't it? I say that, but I'm a part of a racial group that no matter who we complain to, ain't nobody listening. Now it's to the point where people now, I saw some stupid stuff on some of the YouTube shorts where they're trying, get people of different races, in particular Caucasians that is, to use the N-word and then have the nerve to try to argue it's unfair for us to use it and for them to not be able to use it. And the facts are, there's so much mysterious stuff about the N-word. If you want to go with the NGR, I think it's supposed to be like sun that is fertile or sun that produce crops or something of that nature, depending on what you're reading. That's supposedly what some of the stuff derives from, and some people try to say that it came out of the fact of the Nigeria and Niger situation, not realizing that those places was named Negro land originally from the Caucasians themselves, because I think it was like the 1840 maps. So, you have all these concepts, and I have to call them that because if you start looking at them to you, you always realize it comes from the same source. When you start talking to the other people, and by the way, if you hear that in the background, that's a donkey, so it's okay. So when you start having all these same sources saying these things, you just starting to realize some other group has always found something else to call you. And when you start talking to people here, most of the time they went by whatever their tribe name was. So where all this other stuff comes from, that's somebody else is doing. Going back for 8, guys. After 8, that's just 2 more. And we're going to call it there. I don't really feel nothing too much, but that's okay. That's the idea, right? And after this, I guess they want you to try to run it, I'm pretty sure, sooner or later. So it's kind of good that he didn't really show up tonight. So, well, he said he recognized me. That's interesting. His car looks familiar, but not the title on the side of the car. Anyway, you know how funny it is where most of your life you've been in a situation where you look at people who look like you and you felt insecure, or you defensive, you're ready to fight at any moment. And most of the times you had to find out later, most of these people that you've had to fight or people that were in their entourage were not actually violent people, but it was just the way they were taught they had to be. So then when you come out to a place like this and you look at other people who have never been taught that, Jock, that look like you, you're still kind of defensive and on guard, but you don't have no point in being, no real reason to be, you're fine. There is no way in the U.S. I would have felt that calm for a brother to roll up on me in a car at night. He drove out into a field. Somewhere we did that joint instantly, I would have thought I was getting robbed or just shot for the kicks of it. And that's coming from a brother who ain't just read headlines. My little brother, my cousin, my other cousin who is still alive, suffered a fate very sad like that. people tend, I was just showing a picture of my younger brother today, and I was realizing that I don't really notice how long he's been gone. And because for me, every morning when I wake up, it's that same, I hear the same stuff that happened that day. That whole moment relives itself every day. And having to see that picture, I was thinking about it, but but being here made it different, because it was like, man, I just wish you would have made it here. I mean, the music, the culture, they would have loved it here. There's a certain peace of mind out here where you can just kind of live and be comfortable. Once you take care of your basic necessities, and I'm talking about basic necessities, I'm not even talking about no extracurricular necessities. Things that you use, need, but you probably could do without if you wasn't in a certain environment, that kind of stuff. But anyway, again, we drifted off topic. But he would have loved being out here, jumping on the transport and go listen to music, concerts, places where people just kind of getting down, playing some, playing tribal music, playing, hip hop, reggae. He would have loved it. It's just kind of sad, When I sit there, sometimes it just comes to mind there were so many people with me at one time, and a lot of them are not. And a lot of them are not just because they're in the grave. And the sad part is, those are typically the ones with the best reasons. The other ones, what can I say? Just simply with snakes in the grass. But like I said, these are good times here. Just kind of end the night, flushing out. And see, that was a positive brief run into the past right there. That wasn't no negative stuff. Guys, I hate to tell you all this, but I sure done kept you on here for like way too long, showing me do each part of this. So that's number 9, guys. So that's 9. We got one more. Like I said, got 2 people out here walking the field at night. But again, feel confident, feel safe. I've heard stories, read stories, but I can only think what that situation required for it to be as bad as it was. So, some situations, they say soccer team members jumping a tourist or whatever. I don't know what that was about. I don't know what. Seriously. I've been in some of the stranger areas around these parts and never had any real difficulties. Then I've been in areas like this here, and I don't normally let people walk up on me, and I can do that out here. Okay, guys, I know I said wasn't getting much pain, but starting to feel something in that right foot now, right ankle. But I also did kind of start treading and stomping through sand just then. Heavy sand. But we're going to push on through, complete it. I'm going to call it in, take it to the house. So you've seen me do actually 10 of these. And, of course, we're just walking right now. I would like to say I'm going to get up to a point of a good sprint. We'll see how the body the pain relief. I mean, I expect some pain anyway due to the fact that, you know, muscles got to develop and all that stuff, but we'll see. Don't get me wrong. You do got some jacked up ankles, knees, and lower back. We know this. Ooh. Darn tomatoes on that pasta or that tomato sauce. It's alright. A little burn by the end. Yes, it's an American tomato paste. I mean tomato sauce. I went by one of the shops here, which I'm gonna ask him, can I video his shop so you can know where to come and get some of those things he used to getting in the U.S. He gets things brought in from Sam's Club and Walmart, so be a couple of brands that you recognize. That's 10, guys. This is Musa signing out here. Peace out. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be on everyone. And that's a good night. We walking in that direction to the house.